Indy's east side late last night. What the water company is saying about yesterday's water main break, why a former teacher is now facing criminal charges, and what Purdue's head coach is saying about the Sweet 16. Those stories are after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. Good morning. It is 6 o'clock.
The earth quaked in Asia. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and it really rocked Burma, where the military-run government has declared states of emergency, but we don't know how much damage there is or how many casualties there are in Burma. The powerful 7.7 magnitude quake also rattled Thailand.
I was in my lazy boy, and all of a sudden it moved back and forth, and then it toppled over.
She's in Bangkok, where 2 people are dead. Others were rescued or still trapped when the building under construction collapsed.
This building was just moving, dust and debris. It was pretty intense.
There's also damage reported across Burma's border in China. Parts of southeast Texas are underwater near the Mexico border after nearly a foot of torrential rain submerged cars, leading to people needing high water rescues. Vice President Vance goes to Greenland today, the Denmark territory that President Trump wants the U.S. to take over. It was supposed to be just Vance's wife Usha going, but that changed after criticism in Greenland.
This was originally billed as Second Lady Usha Vance's first solo engagement. She was supposed to visit some of Greenland's historical sites and watch a national dog sled race. Now the Second Lady will be joined by her husband, the Vice President, of course, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Energy Secretary Chris Wright, and Utah Senator Mike Lee. They'll be heading to the Bidufik Space Base, the military's northernmost installation.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. A federal judge has ordered the Trump administration not to delete any of the messages in that Signal group chat after a lawsuit was filed over a journalist being inadvertently allowed into the discussion about military strikes against Houthi militants.
The nonprofit American Oversight is saying the government relied on unauthorized use of Signal for sensitive national security decision-making. The judge says he will only order the government to preserve all Signal communications between March 11th and 15th. That's around the time frame concerning the imminent military action in Yemen.
That's Fox's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Crime scene tape on Indy's east side. It's 53 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. You have a clear radar. Your high today, 79. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. A kid was injured in a shooting that happened last night in a neighborhood not far from East 38th and German Church Road. The boy was taken to Eskenazi Hospital. He is alive. There's no word on arrests. A now former teacher in northern Indiana is accused of abusing a student with special needs. Here's Chris Davis.
The accusations include repeatedly putting the Eastwood Elementary School student in headlocks and force-feeding him and taking away his communication device, which is the student's only way of communicating. Elkhart Community Schools says the teacher has resigned. The accusations first came out in March, and the family of the student found out because of a Child Protective Services investigation that was initiated by the school. The district says they can't say a whole lot because it's a sensitive matter and an ongoing investigation. But the proper authorities are now involved, and they're determined for it all to come out. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
What you're listening to is workers taking mud off of sidewalks. Water is still pooling on some city streets on the near northeast side after a water main break along 22nd Street. It was a real mess yesterday. Citizens Energy Group says water pressure was restored, or the water was restored by about 6 p.m. Thursday, but the pressure may be a little low. A boil advisory is still in place until Saturday. Forecasters are telling you stay alert this weekend because severe weather is headed your way.
There was one tornado across southern Indiana. I think that tracked more than 40 miles. So we've already had some, pretty intense severe weather this season. The chances for severe weather definitely ramp up over the next couple of weeks as the pattern certainly supports it.
And Moore says rain is in the forecast Saturday. You might have seen the graphic showing Purdue the only team in the NCAA tournament left with the starting lineup that's played at the school the last several years. Here's head coach Matt Painter.
Probably the number one thing for us is that, there's a lot of guys for here, in the state of Indiana for us to recruit. And if you have a good job, that's normally the case, right?
And Purdue plays top-seeded Houston. They have their work cut out for them in the Sweet 16 tonight. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. You have traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. Your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan is making deals other dealers won't and approving deals other dealers can't. Andy Moore Nissan, 4302 Lafayette Road, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Northeast side, I'm watching a crash here. It's on the exit from northbound 465 to I-69. And, yeah, the left lane is closed. Traffic is getting by. Man, it's slow right now, and it's tricky. I'm seeing some semis here navigate past this crash site in the right lane, doing it slowly. Good job, everybody. Traffic is slow. Back to 75th, now 71st Street. On the west side, crash southbound 465 right there at I-65. Outside shoulder closed right now. Traffic sponsored by Lear Capital. Our financial system is cracking under pressure. Your retirement is at risk. Take control now. Lear Capital is offering a free Sky High Silver Report and Precious Metals IRA guide at betternestegg.com. Don't leave your future to chance. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Ryan Moore, Swish TV meteorologist. We've got some rain now, but you're talking about the rain that's coming. What's up with that?
Yeah, we got a lot going on over the next couple of days. Right now, we have on and off showers drifting through the area. That rain chance will be wrapping up later on this morning. The focus will start to shift along I-70 and north, but it will be sunny for this afternoon. Temperatures very warm considering the time of year. Mid to upper 70s for highs. We're gusting 35 to 40 miles an hour this afternoon. Tonight, clouds will be increasing. Low temperature near 60 degrees, but you're dry for anyone heading to those Sweet 16 games. Scattered showers expected for tomorrow, favoring the afternoon. High temperature near 70 degrees. The main concern in our forecast is going to be Sunday. And this morning, the Storm Prediction Center did up our risk for Sunday. We're now in an enhanced 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather on Sunday. Main threat will be damaging wind. We're expecting a squall line to form sometime in the afternoon and evening hours on Sunday. High temperatures in the lower 70s.
All right, Ryan, take a moment to walk me through this. We've got the rain now, warmer temperatures today into the evening. Do we see rain late tonight?
I'd say we're good for tonight. It'd be late, probably as we're waking up tomorrow morning, a couple sprinkles arriving in our forecast. But again, I think by the time we get into the afternoon, we'll get into a decent dry stretch into early tonight.
So that leads us to Saturday. The rain is coming in the evening, or is it just going to be windy?
For Saturday, more scattered sprinkle activity in the morning. The steadiest of the rain Saturday will be in the afternoon and evening hours. So it may be hit and miss if you're looking to get outside this weekend. You might find a window tomorrow morning before we get the steadiest stuff moving in the afternoon. And still windy. We're gusting up to 30 miles an hour.
But Saturday is not the day where it gets to be questionably dangerous. It's just rain as we know it and love it, and waters our grass, and we're like, oh, well, that happens. It's Sunday where you're paying attention and you're starting to say, hey, you need to be aware, you need to get things inside, things can get a little rough.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say Sunday is the main focus, and also we're going to know much more in the next 12 to 18 hours because some of our high-resolution models will all start to get into range of the storm system. So this far out, I would just start paying attention and just know something potentially is on the way for Sunday.
Is there any chance that this Sunday storm moves into Saturday? Do things move faster as you see it now?
No, I'd say, yeah, Saturday is just plain old rain. overall, the entire weekend as a whole, from probably stretching today all the way to Monday morning, could have 1 to 2 inches of rain. But Saturday, we will not have the severe risk. It's too far off to our west.
That's Ryan Morse of Wish TV. Ryan, thank you. 50 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:09. So there it is. We're going to have warm temperatures. We're going to have winds. We're going to get rain on Saturday, which stinks because it's the Indy 11 opener on Saturday night. Oh, and we've got Sweet 16 action. I don't want rain keeping people from going to bars, going to restaurants, getting out, spending their cash. Absolutely not. But it is what is. It's Sunday that we're keeping our eyes on. That means that Terry Stacy and Denny Smith will have updates in the morning on first day, and WIBC will have you throughout the day. It's always this kind of thing. Well, really, it's usually the most unexpected stuff, as always, because it's unexpected. But it's these kinds of things. It's like it's not a tornado, it's not a major storm, but it's just enough that can whip up and ruin everything. Oh, I got all choked up just thinking about it. So, pay attention, bring things indoors, and that is all there is. I wish I had more of a story for you. They're paying attention, we're paying attention. WIBC will have every bit of the rains and possible winds on Saturday and Sunday to make sure you know what's going on and you keep it safe. We'll also have more on that water main break, and this guy can throw a fundraiser? I mean, I'm sorry. This might now be the biggest story in all of America. And the headline? People in Indianapolis will vote for anything. That story is coming up. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick, a new CEO at Connexus, Indiana, at 632. Brought to you by the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Ready for better sleep? Now is your chance during the March mattress sale. Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, King Coil, Bed Gear, and Nectar mattresses, you can save up to $800 with up to 4 years interest-free financing. And don't forget, Thompson Furniture delivers for free. Hurry! Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Best are us when dreams sunk in. Best are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
Best are us when dreams sunk in. Best are us.
Blood, sweat, tears. At Bill Estes, we know it takes hard work and years of doing the right thing to build a business people can depend on. That's why we don't make empty promises and expect your trust. Estes earns it. From Ford F-150s and Toyota Tacomas to Ram 1500s and Chevy Silverados, we have the trucks you'll love at prices you can believe in. But don't just take our word for it. Your trust means something. Estes earns it. BillEstes.com.
Only two things in life are certain, death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. Already a busy morning. What do we know?
Well, we've had a lot of commotion up here on this exit ramp from northbound 465 to I-69 on the northeast side. The ramp closed, but it has now reopened. And I'm told the crash is clear. So that's very good, very important exit ramp northbound on the northeast side going from 465 to 69. We're good to go now. Still a little bit of a slowdown, but that should gradually clear out as the morning progresses. Looking at the northwest side, southbound 465 at I-65, crash on the outside shoulder, right shoulder, causing a bit of a slowdown, no delay at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Lear Capital. Our financial system is cracking under pressure. Your retirement is at risk. Take control now. Lear Capital is offering a free Sky High Silver Report and Precious Metals IRA Guide at BetterNestEgg.com. Don't leave your future to chance. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
50 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
JV here for Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden Nursery. Stock is arriving daily, and both locations are filling up. Come shop early and save 20% off all container trees and shrubs in stock now at both Sundown Gardens in Westfield and Miss M's Home and Garden in Bargersville. Their gift shops are full of spring color, too. Sundown Gardens at 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135, just south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville. Stop in and see them this week.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning? Find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
It sounds normal enough. It sounds rational enough. We shouldn't have high-ranking officials speaking on a certain chat app. So we're going to investigate how this happened, how it was allowed, and ways we can make this better. Normal people doing normal things. I like that. Problem? Why would you trust anyone? Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Find everything I do over at TonyKatz.com. The Democratic Party wants Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, to resign. He didn't do anything. Well, he released our battle plans. No, it isn't actually what took place. Although you can say you don't like the app being used, even though guidance on using the app was given by the Biden administration. Lord only knows how people spoke to each other then. You can say we shouldn't use this thing. Let's go find something else to use. And it's odd that The Atlantic, where the reporter, quote unquote, the editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, was included in this chat with the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of State and the Director of National Intelligence and others, and is complaining about this, right? Hey, look what happened here. Notifying, if you don't want to say complaining, better word. When in 2017, they were talking about how Signal, this app, this encrypted messaging app, is the best thing ever, and it's the future of safety. True story. They wrote the article, and now the editor is included in this text chain for some unknown reason and is now saying it's the most dangerous thing ever. Let's build the apps that our people can use. Let's build the communications devices our people can use. Makes perfect sense to me. Let's not just push this to the side. So when I see a Republican and a Democrat saying, let's investigate what happened here and make sure we use a better system, the rational, normal part of me says, good. But the part of me that knows better says, this is all a tool to go after Trump's people. You can have a Secretary of Defense literally go AWOL and Democrats say nothing. You can have Joe Biden murder 13 U.S. service members and leave Afghans he promised to help to die, literally falling off of an airplane, and Democrats turn the other way. The only people who died from this are those who are the Houthi rebels. Oh, wait a second. It's possible that some Yemeni civilians died in these attacks. I wouldn't have that data. That's always awful. It is a war, and tell the Houthi rebels to stop firing on us. Why do you think you have Palestinians now protesting Hamas? Hamas is so weak they can actually get away with it without being killed, and they're tired of being killed. Doesn't mean I trust anybody who is Palestinian. You can't get them to stop hating America and stop hating Jews. That's going to take a couple generations, maybe 40 years wandering in a desert. It's more than just being lost. It's about getting rid of a mentality, and that took 2 generations. Yeah, we can go deep into the philosophical later. I don't trust that it won't be used purposely and solely to say let's go after these people, as opposed to fixing what we could agree as rational folk is an issue. But man, a lot of push to get Hegseth to resign. It's about a scalp. It's not about what's better. It isn't. And that's what makes this all so ugly. There's a part 2. You want this investigation. I'm cool with that. Did you know that the chairman of the board for the app Signal is the CEO of NPR? Matt Margolis with the story. From a tweet post over there at Town Hall, all part of the same family there at Town Hall Media in Salem. Director Catherine Marr of Signal Technology Foundation. Now, if it's the same Signal, that means that she, who just testified in front of the House that NPR failed to cover the Hunter Biden laptop story. They failed to cover the origins of COVID story. They didn't fail. They purposely chose to. She is the one who said that the truth gets in the way of working together. Defund NPR, unquestionably. But now she's on the board of Signal? Well, this brings up a whole nother question. How did this reporter get on the chat, right? This is a worthy question. And I argue that the person who put him on the chat can be fired and should be fired. I never said someone shouldn't be fired. You know, it's Harvey Keitel and National Treasure. Somebody's got to go to jail. I quote Harvey Keitel a lot, except, of course, when he's doing Full Frontal. Then I don't even look. And you have some staffer who allegedly put this reporter, Jeffrey Goldberg, on the chat with the Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, and others, talking about the attack on Yemen. Or the attack, I should say, on the Houthi rebels. Do you want to get into the full-on conspiracy theories here? Oh, because they go. They certainly do. A staffer knew they were using Signal. Or I should say Signal knew that it was being used, so reached out to a staffer to include somebody on so they could. Sometimes I think that people work too hard on the 4D chess, and Hanlon's razor is more where it's at. It's Never attribute to malice what you can put to incompetence. But it's weird enough to make me say, take a look. It's weird as can be. What an odd coincidence. Still, let's ask whether we should be using this app or we should build another one for our people. Las Vegas police have made an arrest against those who targeted Tesla centers, setting things on fire. One person arrested. Charges include arson and possessing an explosive device. You had 5 vehicles damaged, 2 engulfed in flame. They also believe this person fired gunshots into the cars. Man, Democratic Party is violent. You've got this guy. You've got Jasmine Crockett grabbing phones. Did you see Justin Pearson, state rep in Tennessee, trying to menace another member? I don't know why the other member took it. It's a nutty, nutty video. The Republican is just sitting there, staying calm, not paying attention. This guy is in his face. You have like 5 people trying to stop this guy, Justin Pearson, this pseudo tough guy. My God. I honestly believe if he lifted a gallon of milk, he would pass out from the exhaustion. He's one of the ones who was kicked out of the Tennessee House and then was brought back. Oh, pseudo-intellectual tough guy. And this Republican just took it. I mean, that's a lot of self-control right there. A tremendous amount of self-control. But if the people of Tennessee don't throw this guy out of their General Assembly, we'll call it that, they're nuts. He's a violent dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? Matt Bear has traffic. What's going on?
The ramp northbound 465 to northbound 69, that has cleared. Crash is cleared. Traffic is gone. We are good to go on the northeast side. Now on the northwest side, southbound 465 at I-65. Crash on the right shoulder. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here. It's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
We'll get you ready for a huge weekend in the Circle City.
Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Come on, Indy. Don't use the spring to paint your house year after year. Do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And now get the protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
What's one of the best ways for students to learn the value of teamwork?
By participating in high school sports. I'm Jace Martin from North Harrison High School.
And I'm Danae Klein from South Putnam High School. Playing high school sports means being a part of something bigger than myself.
I love working together with my teammates towards a common goal.
It keeps me accountable, knowing my team is depending on me.
It reminds me to prioritize the team's success over my own.
Because it's about we, not me, and that's an important lesson to learn, on the field and in life.
As teammates, we train together, we push each other, and we represent our school together. That bonds us forever.
We're a team, and that means we're in this together.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. You can be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is the power of teamwork. This is coming together as one. This is your IHSAA.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
More money in your pocket. It's 52 degrees on Monument Circle with a clear radar, although there is rain to the north and northeast of downtown this morning. Your high today, 79. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. Elon Musk says that Social Security is rife with waste and fraud, and that's why the work he's doing with Doge is important.
What we're doing will help their benefits. Legitimate people, as a result of the work of Doge, will receive more Social Security, not less.
And Musk speaking with Fox News last night, a federal judge has blocked the Department of Government Efficiency's access to Social Security systems over concerns that the organization's access may have sensitive data. A U.S. district judge ordered White House officials involved in a group chat on military strikes in Yemen to preserve the messages after a report revealed potential sharing of classified information. The lawsuit filed by the American Oversight says that the Trump administration's use of the app violated federal records laws. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says that no war plans were discussed in the chat. If there's severe weather this weekend, make sure you have a way to get alerts, says Cody Moore at the National Weather Service.
Or the safest place in your home is, if a warning were to be issued. If you're outside, make sure you know that what the sirens mean. If you're inside, you're likely not going to hear any sirens. And in certain counties, issue the sirens just for severe warnings and some for tornadoes.
And Moore says severe weather could happen Sunday with all threats on the table. The Indy Public Library Pike branch will reopen soon, and library leaders say they're excited to welcome kids back.
So we're really pleased to be just kind of the hub of the community in this branch and every neighborhood.
And John Helling speaking with Wish TV. He says the new library will have features like TV and video games. The reopening celebration taking place tomorrow. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. New this morning, there is a new CEO at the statewide organization focused on strengthening Indiana's advanced manufacturing and logistics sectors. Jay Wirtz is the new leader of Connexus Indiana. Wirtz most recently served as Executive Vice President of Smart Infrastructure Solutions at Belden, where he managed a $1.2 billion global business that designs and manufactures broadband and network infrastructure. The Indiana State Board of Animal Health has announced the first case of highly pathogenic avian influenza in Kosciuszko County. The case involves a commercial egg production facility specializing in pullets, or hens younger than a year old, with a flock of nearly 24,000 birds. The name of the operation not disclosed. Newsweek is out with its annual list of the most trustworthy companies in America. The rankings are determined by an independent survey of about 25,000 people throughout the country. About 700 U.S.-based companies are ranked across 23 industries, including automotive and components, consumer goods, and machines and industrial equipment. 10 Indiana companies are included. Most made the list last year. Evansville-based Shoe Carnival and Fort Wayne-based Vera Bradley, the new additions this year, and you can see the complete list at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America builds and maintains roads, bridges, and other essential infrastructure that make us the crossroads of America. So thanks to LIUNA members' work, Hoosiers have a better quality of life, like access to utilities, easier routes to jobs, schools, or medical care, and deliveries keep moving. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar. Because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
In an effort to connect all of Indiana's county jails under one digital management system, the Indiana Supreme Court has worked to create a platform called InJail that many believe to be one of the first of its kind in the nation. The impetus came 6 years ago when the Jail Overcrowding Task Force issued a report that found a gap in data being collected from jails and difficulty for the myriad of jail management and court systems to communicate with each other. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Northwest side crash southbound 465 at I-65. It's on the outside shoulder, causing a little bit of a slowdown. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
50 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 6:35. We check on sports. And Ryan Hedrick, what's happening?
Tony, what's up? The Indiana Pacers bounced back in a big way last night. Record-breaking, franchise-high 162 points. They scored on the Washington Wizards. 9 players hit double figures for head coach Rick Carlisle.
It's obviously fun to watch when you're coaching the team making all the shots, but there was a spirit of unselfishness, which is really what Indiana's about.
Indiana's in a tight race for home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. It's on to Oklahoma City for Indiana Saturday. Houston plays tough defense, and that is the biggest test for Purdue tonight in their Sweet 16 matchup. Here's head coach Matt Painter.
You can end up with shot clock violations. You can end up with just pick six turnovers. Like they're so active and they do such a good job disrupting the basketball.
And tonight's game starts at 10:09 at Lucas Oil Stadium. Sports is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
So where is Diego Morales? He's in India, the Secretary of State. And it seems so far that we're the only people who ask the question, is he supposed to be there? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you. No, not is he supposed to be there. That's not right. Is that his job? A lot of people are like, what's he doing there? Who paid for the trip? And by the way, who paid for the trip is a legitimate question. How did the Secretary of State get to India? But what is he doing in India? Well, it looks like it's some kind of, hey, we should be working more together and we should be building alliances and allegiances together. And is it a push to bring business to the state of Indiana? Well, it could be. But it would seem that a trip like that would be something taken by the governor. And if we go back to Eric Holcomb, I never opposed the idea of the trips. I never opposed the outreach because I do think it is part of the job. Now, when his term was clearly up and he took, was it Greece? Was that it? Okay. All right. Somebody went on vacation. That's my take. Can't prove it. Not making the allegation. If someone asked me on a bar stool what I thought the guy took a vacation. Now, I would ask the former governor, when he was governor, but he wouldn't come on the show. So there's nothing to ask. He was never willing to have a conversation. There's a question of whether or not the governor's office could stop Diego Morales from taking these kinds of trips. And the question is, can they? Because I don't have the answer. In the same way, I don't oppose the idea of building out business. I oppose the idea of Diego Morales. Because Diego Morales, in my view, has proven himself to be untrustworthy. The hiring of the brother-in-law, that's all I needed. The total lack of answering questions. I don't think Ed Delaney, the Democrat from Indianapolis, is right on much. But it was very clear that here he is asking questions of the Secretary of State, and Diego wants nothing to do with it. Answering the question doesn't matter. There is a guy on the Twittix, Ken Colbert. I don't know him personally. He goes through a series of donations of contracts that were created with groups and the Secretary of State's office, and how these groups made donations back to the Secretary of State's election committee. That could be standard operating procedure. It just looks to the rest of us as super ugly. I don't argue that Democrats don't do this. Democrats absolutely do this, just not statewide Democrats in Indiana, because they don't have any. So when I see the Indiana Democratic Party talking about this, I kind of push it to the side, because they're not a serious group of people. Until they come out to condemn people like Jasmine Crockett for making fun of a man in a wheelchair, no. Remember, Trump allegedly insulted a reporter once, and it was news for months. I think they're still talking about it years later. She called the governor of Texas, Governor Abbott, Governor Hot Wheels, and you've got nothing to say, Indiana Democrats? You don't think that that's wrong? You don't want to stand up for that? Then why am I listening to you here? You don't have to be terrible. You just choose it. Let the adults have the rest of the conversation. You're welcome to join. Just do it on the regular when people say things and do things that are simply obscene. Diego Morales, the Secretary of State, is not a guy I have faith in at all. He presents himself and promotes himself as a guy who is interested in the camera and not interested in the work. I cannot tell you, and I am now asking questions about whether or not the work is getting done. I have also been told that he spends a lot of time in rural parts of Indiana building up a base so he can get the nomination again to win election. And I am curious as to who will be challenging him. I don't usually jump into politics like this, but I'd like to know where the other candidates are, because there's a real appetite for somebody who doesn't present in this kind of, gosh, I'm in it for myself. I want to understand this trip to India. I'd like to know whether the taxpayer paid for it. I'd like to know if this was government sanctioned by India or the United States, the state of Indiana. Or was this just a vacation with a photo op? Who paid for the tickets? Who paid for the hotel? Who paid? We need that answer. And we can't let it go until we get it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Your cash is waiting for you. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's very easy. The Attorney General's office, they reunite Hoosiers with over $1 million of their own money every single week. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about unclaimed property. It's not a boat or a house, right? It's not a storage locker. This is your money. It's not free money. It's yours. There was a safe deposit box that all of a sudden got emptied and the money had to go somewhere. There's insurance proceeds, stock dividends, a checking account that you actually forgot about. Well, that money has to go back to you. It goes to the Attorney General. The Attorney General is there to try and bring it back to you. And that's why you have to go to indianaunclaimed.gov. Put in some basic information. It's free. It's easy to use. And the next thing you know, you can find you've got money waiting for you. Your money. Tens of dollars, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. I don't know. You got to find out for yourself. Go to indianaunclaimed.gov or text money to 46220. That's the word money to 46220. indianaunclaimed.gov. Go get your cash.
Matt Bear knows how to break the traffic press.
I-70 is packed tight. There's a blue Chevy trying to drive the lane, but it's facing tough D from the semi.
Matt Bear sees the openings, finds the best routes, and keeps you moving.
Watch out. 465 Construction is using a wicked zone with cones blocking the right side, forcing everyone into the middle.
Matt Bear traffic.
Complete gridlock in the paint.
Navigating traffic madness.
Fast break on I-69. Hit the gas.
Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Northwest side crash, southbound 465 at I-65. It's on the right shoulder. If you're navigating the rain, even heavy rain in some parts, please be careful, nice and easy. Allow plenty of time and plenty of room. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
50 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:45.
Brooks and Dunn, the best-selling duo of all time, live.
Something country.
Neon Moon Tour 2025.
Urban neon.
With David Lee Murphy.
A little dust on the bottom of that red dirt road.
April 3rd, Gainbridge Fieldhouse. On sale now at Ticketmaster. Brooks and Dunn Live.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hoops is so Hoosier. I mean, basketball is a team sport, and we know how to work as a team. That's why Trajan Wealth is your financial player for your retirement or for right now. You might need to talk about both. The fiduciary advisors at Trajan are ready to listen. Matt Bear here. Hey, call and schedule your complimentary consultation at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan is a fiduciary, meaning they're always acting in your best interest, always checking and monitoring the markets for you, and making sure your financial future is as secure can be. They know even every retirement plan is different and are ready to listen to you, then customize a portfolio tailored to your hopes and dreams. Call and schedule at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Addiction. It's hard on those who struggle with it, but those who love the addict need support too. Matt Bear and Ryan Hedrick provide help and hope with supporting sobriety. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and on WIBC.com.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. Your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan is making deals other dealers won't and approving deals other dealers can't. Andy Moore Nissan, 4302 Lafayette Road, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Tariffs increasing the price of a car. That's what we've got. You've got the 25% tariff on auto imports, and it is expected to increase the price of vehicles by thousands. Now, car prices have already gone up. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. As reported, according to Edmunds, the average price for a new car, $47,373. Okay, that's a lot of money. That is up more than 20% from before the pandemic. That was the price increase? That is something else. If you take a look at the 25% tariff on cars not made in the United States, the price could jump by $12,500. Now, I have read a couple different numbers here, and I think it's a question of how you play the numbers. If you're talking about on average and you're talking about some high-end European vehicles, that skews the number. It does. I have seen places that'll add $3,000 to $6,000. Cox Automotive says the tariffs will add $6,000 to the cost of a vehicle assembled in Canada or Mexico. So all numbers are not created equal, and I think it's important for us to walk through every bit of it to see kind of which way the wind blows. I have had people yell at me for saying that tariffs are taxes. You're not giving Trump a chance. That's the no. I absolutely want Trump to be successful. His argument is that, can you hear the rain? Oh, the skies have opened up in Northern Command, Carmel, Indiana, which is weird because we pay not to have rain here. Sometimes we get a light misting. And extra foam on our lattes. That's what we do here in Carmel. That's how it works. Oh, sometimes it's embarrassing. It's pretty, but sometimes it's embarrassing. I want Trump to be successful, and Trump's argument, his entire methodology is you are going to be able to bring business. You're going to have people build here, and that's what's going to make things work. I'm not as much of a believer as he is, but he's doing it. I want it to be successful, but I got to look at reality. Some people don't want to. I could agree with Trump on 90% of things. If I disagree with him on this, you just hate Trump. It's so lame. We should stop doing that. These are the numbers. And we do not talk about what it's going to cost to fix a car, because one would assume that auto parts are going to have an issue as well. So these are the latest. I've got this up at TonyKatz.com for you to check out. Here's the number that blows my mind. Nearly 1 in 5 new car shoppers committed to a monthly payment of $1,000 or more. How? How do you afford it? How did you bring yourself to do it? $1,000? What are you driving? which brings us to why don't we see used vehicles growing in this way? Well, we're seeing a credit bubble taking place in auto loans where the subprimes are defaulting at higher and higher levels, which should mean that you're going to see more repossessions of those lower end vehicles. And now we're going to flood the car market with used cars. I'm just saying that looking at the industry, I have questions and concerns. It isn't going to stop people from buying a car, of course. You need what you need. And if you have the amount of dollars, you want what you want, you don't actually care. But eventually, higher prices do change shopping habits. Inflation did it. The ultra wealthy will still continue to buy Louis Vuitton. People who just make a living, they're going to restructure. They're going to rethink what it is they buy. That makes things pretty rough for the BMW set. Because maybe, all right, we'll do an Acura or a Lincoln or a something else instead. Me, I would do a fine Ford from Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, but they're a sponsor, and I'm biased. The numbers are the numbers, and they will have an effect. There's a steelmaker in Michigan laying off 600 employees. Why? Weak demand in auto sales, meaning weak demand in auto manufacturing. We've got plants being built, and we've got workers being laid off. Not sure if the two things have any level of correlation. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony, looking at northbound 465 on the northwest side, crash at I-65. And right now the shoulder's blocked if you're going southbound 465 in the same area. We have another crash. Yeah, right there at the I-65 ramp, saying the outside shoulder is blocked. Taking a look at speeds right now. We have some rain, man, slowing us down. I don't see a whole lot of delay, but northbound 65 is dragging out the north split at 2 Meridian, Penn, West Street, that area. Outside of that, we're looking pretty good this morning. That could change. I'll let you know. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here, and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Stoutfield National Guard Armory on West Minnesota Street. The best dealers in the region, hundreds of tables, just $6 for adults, kids 12 and under free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade this Saturday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Stoutfield National Guard Armory. For more info, visit CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market. Even in winter, we're bringing you the best in farm fresh flavors. Stop in for our fresh salad bar, hot and crispy wing bar, and a cheese selection that is second to none. Got a sweet tooth? Our homemade pies, creamy fudge, and old-fashioned candy will hit the spot. Come see us on US 31 just north of Carmel. We're open every day 9 to 6. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about fresh, local, and delicious. See you soon.
Denny Smith here for Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. Nursery stock is arriving daily at both locations are filling up. Come shop early and save. 20% off all container trees and shrubs in stock now at both Sundown Gardens in Westfield and Miss M's Home and Garden in Bargersville. Their gift shops are full of spring color. Sundown Gardens at 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135 just south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville. Stop in and see them this week.
Blood, sweat, tears. At Bill Estes, we know it takes hard work and years of doing the right thing to build a business people can depend on. That's why we don't make empty promises and expect your trust. Estes earns it. From Ford F-150s and Toyota Tacomas to Ram 1500s and Chevy Silverados, we have the trucks you'll love at prices you can believe in. But don't just take our word for it. Your trust means something. Estes earns it. BillEstes.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Looking for a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $15,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Hammer and Nigel Show 306 this afternoon. It is Beer Sample Friday. We're going to have a good time and the championship of Hammer and Nigel Records Madness.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
We'll get you ready for a huge weekend in the Circle City.
Join us Friday 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes, top stories from the Technology Recyclers Studios, WIBC HD1. It is 7 o'clock.
A disaster in Burma and Thailand. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, struck by a powerful earthquake.
Suddenly, I started feeling that the earth is shaking.
There was a lot of screaming and panicking, which obviously made it a lot worse.
They're in Bangkok, where the Thai defense minister just said there are 3 deaths in a building under construction that collapsed. Others were rescued, but 90 people remain missing in the rubble. The quake was a 7.7 magnitude, centered in Burma, where the Red Cross says there are initial reports of significant damage. There's a flooding nightmare in southeast Texas after they got nearly a foot of rain near the Mexico border. The water's so deep on some roads, cars are submerged. People needed to be rescued. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is in the Philippines, an American ally in a region dominated by China.
We are doubling down on that partnership, and our ironclad alliance has never been stronger.
Hegseth did not talk about the Signal group chat controversy he's in the middle of, and his messages detailing military action in Yemen that a journalist saw and reported on after being mistakenly invited into that chat. A federal judge has ordered those messages not be deleted amid investigations. Meanwhile, more suspected U.S. airstrikes today have hit those Houthi militants in Yemen. President Trump needs to choose a new ambassador to the United Nations after he withdrew Elise Stefanik's nomination, wanting the New York Congresswoman to remain in the House to help preserve the slim Republican majority. And Stefanik tells Fox,
"Look, I've been in a House. It's tough to count these votes every day, and we are going to continue to defy the political prognosticators and deliver victory on behalf of President Trump and, importantly, the voters across this country."
Britain's King Charles has just been seen in public the day after a little bit of a health scare and a brief hospitalization.
He was there under supervision before he was later released. Buckingham Palace released a little bit of information about what we know at this point. So he was taken to the hospital after experiencing some side effects that he had experienced after his scheduled and ongoing medical treatment for cancer.
Alex Hogan in London. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
The changes you'll see heading into the weekend. It's 52 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. A clear radar, but that's not the case to the north and northeast of downtown, where there's heavy rain reported in Carmel, Noblesville, Westfield. Today's high 79. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Tornadoes could be a reality this weekend as severe weather moves across the state, and it will be here on Sunday.
Severe storms technically mean severe winds above 60 miles per hour. So the threat is certainly there for high winds like that whenever the storms pass through.
Cody Moore at the National Weather Service says rain is expected over the next few days. A crew cleaning land on Wednesday found bones in Bloomington that appeared to be human.
Investigators say the remains were found near West Acuff Road. They say a crew working in that area uncovered human bones. A forensic team from Indianapolis has been deployed to help identify whose remains those are.
That's Wish TV reporting. A kid was injured in a shooting that happened last night in a neighborhood not far from East 38th and German Church Road. The boy was taken to Eskenazi. He is alive. There's no word on arrests. A now former teacher in northern Indiana is accused of abusing a student with special needs. Here's Chris Davis.
The accusations include repeatedly putting the Eastwood Elementary School student in headlocks and force-feeding him and taking away his communication device, which is the student's only way of communicating. Elkhart Community Schools says the teacher has resigned. The accusations first came out in March, and the family of the student found out because of a Child Protective Services investigation that was initiated by the school. The district says they can't say a whole lot because it's a sensitive matter and an ongoing investigation. But the proper authorities are now involved, and they're determined for it all to come out. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It was a mess on the northeast side of Indianapolis yesterday as a water main break caused low pressure and in some cases water outages like at Community East Hospital. There's a boil advisory in effect for certain neighborhoods in the near Northeast District. Here's Benjamin Easley, a spokesperson for Citizens Energy Group.
This is typical in the way that we respond to breaks in that first we need to isolate where the issue is. And we are receiving a lot of calls from folks on the east side of Indianapolis.
And the break happened at about 10:15. It caused road closures. And again, a boil advisory is in effect until Saturday. The Indiana Pacers scored 162 points. And if you're wondering, yes, that is a franchise record. They had 27 three-pointers in a 53-point win against the Washington Wizards last night. It's on to Oklahoma City as the Pacers fight for home court advantage in the NBA playoffs. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the fives. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at westbound 70 in the north split stop and go traffic over the flyover to northbound 65. But we are not delayed out to Meridian Bend. Right now, trying to find this crash here in the north split that's causing this westbound 70 delay. No luck at the moment, but there is a slowdown and we have wet roads, so please be mindful. Marcus and Tara tell you about that here in a second. Traffic sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is a single, seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Visit Rocket.com today, the new home for all things home ownership. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
Is that like a snap?
No, I was sorry. Yeah, I was hitting my ads here. I did not mean for that to be on the air.
Oh.
It was a reactionary. Just something.
Traffic on the fives.
Traffic on the fives.
Cool, Daddy-O.
Yeah. Nothing's cooler
Jets
than
and the
traffic.
Sharks.
The traffic reporter is the coolest.
Boys, boy, crazy boy. Stay cool, boy.
When you're
That's
a
right.
jet, you're a jet.
Oh, honestly, do the rest of it. All the way.
No.
When you're a jet, you're a jet. All the way from Ryan Morris. Finish that tune. When you're a jet, you're a jet. All the way.
I got nothing. I just snapped.
From your first cigarette to your last dying day.
Woo!
Gosh. Do I have to teach you people everything?
What is that from?
What?
I don't know what it's from.
Turn off the music. Turn off the music.
Sorry, Ryan.
You don't know where that's from?
No.
Okay. Just stay right there really quick. I'll be with you in just 1 second there, Ryan. Tara Hastings, I miss you. We need you back. No, not in a week, not in an hour, now. Right now, immediately. Because Ryan Morse didn't know that when you're a jet is from West Side Story. And this madness has to end. At least he's better than Marcus Bailey, who doesn't know what the West Side is. Tara, come back to us, Tara. We miss you. We love you. And if it helps, I'm sorry. I didn't do anything wrong. It was probably your fault anyway. But I'm sorry. Thank you, Tara. Hey, Ryan, it was West Side Story. It's from West Side Story.
Got it.
Yeah, no problem. What do you got for us?
Oh, yeah. Back to the weather. On and off showers. We have a couple of those showers basically in the next couple hours. pretty spotty to scattered from here to mid-morning. Lots of sunshine expected through this afternoon. And, yeah, how about our temperatures for today? Upper 70s, could be challenging record highs in some locations. Winds gusting 35 to 40 miles an hour. Tonight, clouds will be increasing in our area. Low temperature near 60 degrees. Scattered light to moderate showers expected for Saturday. The highest rain chance Saturday afternoon into evening. Now, the concern in our forecast is going to be Sunday. There is an enhanced 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather issued from the Storm Prediction Center in our area. Squall line of showers and storms expected to get going later on in the afternoon and evening. Damaging wind, the main threat, but all forms of severe weather on the table. High temperatures on Sunday into the lower 70s.
When you say all forms, I noticed you've avoided the concept of tornadic activity, of tornadoes whipping up. Is that because the weather doesn't bring us that? It just brings us the possibility of severe thunderstorms? Or is that somewhere lurking out there?
Well, it depends as we get closer. The reason I say all forms is this could be a single line of showers and storms, which would favor wind. And I'd say we're still trying to narrow down if you get some cells out ahead of that line. Because if there are cells out ahead of that line, that's where the tornadic activity would increase. But right now we're leaning to just one line of showers and storms.
We will keep our eyes on it. Ryan Morse, Wish TV meteorologist, studying the weather, not the show tunes. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very, very much. Also, I'm going to send him the Blu-ray DVD of West Side Story. We have to find that. We have to send it to you. We'll just send it care of Wish TV. Do you have a DVD player? Oh, he left. He had enough of this. We'll send him a DVD player too. He's got to see it. You know what? All of Wish TV needs movie night. And you start with West Side Story. Just that easy. 50 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:10. Really appreciate Ryan there. And we are keeping an eye on that weather. We absolutely are. We are going to have the full reporting for you at WIBC.com. Make sure you're following the Twittix at 93WIBC. It's the kind of day where absolutely nothing can come of it, right? It can come and go and easy. And it's the kind of day that could take out power for a week here. That's what Sunday is looking at. So we're going to keep our eyes on it, and WIBC is the place to be. There is... can I get a quote on this? There is a report that Governor Braun thinks that Diego Morales, Secretary of State, being on this trip falls outside of his responsibility. I want to see proof that he said that. Which now brings us to the governor's office. Hey, I know you're listening. You know you're listening. What's up? Tony Katz, how are you? How you doing? How are the kids? How's your mother? Is there a statement from Governor Mike Braun on Diego Morales going to India? And is there an answer as to whether or not he paid for his own trip or somebody else did? Did the taxpayer pay for it? I wasn't going to get into this twice, but then I saw this thing. Braun thinks he overstepped, and I'm like, I don't have... People are going to talk about that. Look what Mike Braun is saying. I don't have the quote. So I need the quote. So, Producer Carl, you need to email right now and get a quote on this. The people over there at the Indiana Capitol Chronicle, Indiana lawmakers scrutinized Secretary of State Diego Morales' fiscal affairs. I know about the brother-in-law conversation, and I don't disagree. And then there's a whole conversation about bonuses. But she has some reporting about things that are being paid all over the place. And if you don't have a comparative piece, right? What have other departments paid? What have they paid previously? Is he out of line with this? Like that stuff, you can't just put out there. You can't just put it out there and be like, look at what he's spending. What else has been spent? What is the standard? Then we can talk about whether or not we want that. But we have to be able to compare it to something. When you talk about Representative Ed Delaney, as I have, I don't agree with the Democrat Ed Delaney on a whole host of things. It's clear to me that Diego Morales was refusing to answer his questions in a hearing. Absolutely flat out refusing. So now the question before us is the governor saying that the Secretary of State is overstepping his bounds on this trip to India? And then the follow-up is, who paid for the trip? We're not letting this go. Nobody gets to tell me to step away from this conversation, a conversation we've been on for a long time regarding his actions. So with that, we need answers. The governor's office wants to reach out. You should now. Producer Carl, let's start making those emails and those phone calls happen. We need answers, and we need a statement from the governor. This is where we're at. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. 93 WIBC, good morning.
It's Terry Stacy. How many of you started the year with good intentions of losing weight and getting in shape by spring? Well, if you didn't hit that goal, Exercise Inc. can help. Exercise Inc. has been helping people get stronger, build muscle, lose weight, and transform their health for over 20 years. The program works, and guess what? It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their unique training method was developed in an osteoporosis research study to help prevent bone mineral loss in older women. The women in the study ended up getting very strong in a short amount of time. When the method was applied to normal, healthy adults, both men and women got a lot stronger. Their Simple 9 nutritional program has helped their clients lose over 37,000 pounds since 2013, and they've seen clients lower their blood pressure, improve their blood sugar, and get off prescription meds. Their coaches are professional. Their gyms are private. Get started now before summer gets here. Locations in Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and Zionsville. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
On the fives, and Matt Bear, what are you doing?
A little slow coming out of the north split on northbound 65. Outside of that, maybe a brief slowdown on westbound 70 as you approach that flyover ramp to northbound 65 and the north split. Outside of that, we are looking pretty good here this morning. A reminder, if you are a traveler around Greenfield and westbound 70 State Road 9, that entrance ramp and exit ramp has shut down until June. So we have two ramps closed at Greenfield interchange at State Road 9. Those ramps are shut down for well over a month. In fact, we're looking at a couple of months here on these closures, so you're going to have to use Mount Comfort Road or Knightstown, State Road 109 in the interim. Traffic sponsored by Bank of America. Whether you run a local shop or a global enterprise, Bank of America gives you access to business solutions to make every move matter. What would you like the power to do? Find out at bankofamerica.com/banking for business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 50 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
I'll say this. There are no entries in the Hoops Fan Hall of Fame who didn't show up to the game. Yes, you in the back.
Professor, March Madness is coming to Indianapolis. Are we ready?
You prepared to bring the fire? Give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA Sweet 16 and Elite 8, March 28th and 30th in Indianapolis. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Class dismissed.
isn't working something. I'm trying to get some answers. I'm working contacts. Look at me. I'm journalisming. Well, somebody in this town has to. Tony Katz in 93 WIBC. Good morning. Oh, what is going down, my people? I have a ton of stuff, but I should start with the Elise Stefanik story. That the congresswoman from New York who was nominated to be the ambassador to the United Nations, her candidacy, I should say, her nomination has been withdrawn by President Trump. That is not a sign of the end of days. But it also can be seen as not a great sign. The reason for the poll has to do with the state of the House of Representatives, where it is a razor-thin margin. Razor thin. And the Republicans cannot risk giving up that seat and losing any more majority than they already have. Now, that could be seen as smart politics. That could also be seen as, you mean you can't win an election? Republicans can't win a special election in New York? Well, that means Republicans are doomed all across the country. It doesn't mean that. All across the country is not one district special election off year in New York. That's not what these things mean. But we could take a look at special elections. Scott Pressler, the work he's done in getting people elected, getting people registered, sounding the alarm. There have been districts in the United States. Of course, they're in the United States, Tony. Seriously, what are you doing? Where Republicans have lost in special elections. The only thing that matters is the winning. Which is why, and I want to say for the record, I get that my commentaries can make the most adherent to MAGAville angry. That doesn't matter. Winning matters. Winning matters. I need Republicans focused on winning elections. The only way the things that we want done stay done is by winning. Winning in the midterms, winning in 2028. Telling your story, sharing why it's better than their story. Their story is hate-filled, vile. Your story is better. Go sell it. But you have to go out there and work every election. You have to work it hard, and the dollars have to get spent. And I'm not interested in one more person out there who wants to tell me, oh, you can't criticize Trump. If Trump's hurting somebody in a special election, you bet I will. I want focus. I demand it. And if other people want the cult of personality, you're going to lose. That's all. And by the way, there is plenty to cheer about the Trump administration, and plenty of people can utilize in special elections and in the midterms to obtain victory. But the ground game does matter. Scott Pressler is right. And you can't risk these losses. We're taking a look at the Wisconsin Supreme Court race. There's a bunch of things. Got to be paying attention. This is not a reflection on Elise Stefanik. That is the key story here, the key takeaway. It's not. She is not the problem at all. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. I've got a host of things here. Talking about that Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Here is a superintendent calling for eliminating school choice.
Have that option.
So school choice actually sounds like a pretty nice thing, doesn't it? Like, who shouldn't have choice, right? But really what it is in Wisconsin is it's privatization of public schools.
So where do you stand on the voucher school system? Do you want to see it eliminated?
Ultimately, yes. I would like to see it eliminated. We are spending so much money on it that it's taking money from our public school.
These people, they actually believe that there can only be one place for schools, and when you want your money to go to your kid, you're taking it away from public schools. It is a gross mischaracterization. It is purposeful lying from today's American left. Pay them no mind. Keep voting for private schools, for charter schools. You decide where your kid goes. The money goes with you, not with the system. And if their system breaks and they're out of a job, so be it. There will be other jobs for good teachers. Oh, and pay those good teachers a whole bunch of money, because good teachers matter. A system that encourages you not having a choice for your kid, that doesn't matter. Push it to the side. They're very clear, is the Democratic Party, on what it is they value. And what they value is not your kid's education. They also don't value being pragmatic. This was Elon Musk with his Doge team being interviewed by Brett Baer talking about government spending.
For you, what's the most astonishing thing you've found out in this process?
The sheer amount of waste and fraud in the government. It is astonishing. It's mind-blowing. We routinely encounter wastes of $1 billion or more, casually. For example, like the simple survey that was literally 10-question survey that you could do with SurveyMonkey, cost you about $10,000, was the government was being charged almost $1 billion for that.
For just the survey? $1
billion for a simple online survey, do you like the national park? And then there appeared to be no feedback loop for what would be done with that survey. So
if you oppose cutting that $1 billion, if they oppose it, they're the problem. Why are we listening to these people? It's your money. But they do. They oppose all cuts. They'll scream about Medicaid and they'll scream about Social Security. They oppose less government because government is the thing that provides them their soul. Otherwise, they'd be fine with it, of course. Let's get rid of the $1 billion. Now, there could be a reason to spend more money on a survey because of specific things. The way Elon Musk is describing it, and I believe him wholeheartedly in this, nope. They just did it to do it. Look, we put out a survey. What'd you do with the survey information? Well, we're still crunching the numbers on that. And then a new administration, and it gets lost. And then you get another $1 billion, and someone's brother-in-law is making a couple bucks. Speaking of someone's brother-in-law, Diego Morales, well, I have got a quote that I can give you. Well, it's not a quote. It's more of a understanding of a statement. We'll get more from the governor's office. That's going to happen. Right now, Matt Baer has traffic.
Northwest side crash, southbound 65 up 465, and the left shoulder is blocked. A little bit slow moving through the area. Lots of rain here today in certain parts, so we could have some ponding on the city streets, some flooding. Please watch out for that, and make sure you turn around at really deep water at intersections. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here, and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. The offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel Show 306 this afternoon. It is beer Sample Friday. We're going to have a good time and the championship of Hammer and Nigel Records Madness.
You need a tree. I've been saying this for years. You know this. I come over and I'm in your backyard. I'm like, my gosh, you need a tree. And you're like, Tony, I don't need a tree. I'm like, you don't even know what you need. Your problem is you don't have a tree guy. And you're always like, you've got a tree guy? I'm like, do I have a tree guy? Have we met? CircleCityTrees.com. That's your tree guy right there in Zionsville. Check out, well, it's a showroom. It's a lot. They got a lot of trees. They got all kinds of trees, guys. The evergreens and the shade trees, the fruit trees, the ornamental trees, the flowering trees. It's ridiculous. But one of those trees is right for you. You just got to go see it with your own eyes. See it, take a look at it. And you don't have time to get over there? Take a look online. Everything is at CircleCityTrees.com, including the prices. The installation is all included and the warranty, which means you get a tree, a mature tree, gives you shade, blocks out the weirdo neighbor, makes your backyard or front yard or side yard look amazing, and then bloop, They put it in. And by the way, that's the actual sound it makes when a Circle City tree goes into your lawn. Bloop. Just like that. Circle City Trees. Check them out there in Zionsville. 317-768-3005. 317-768-3005 or online at circlecitytrees.com.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. Your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms, with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan is making deals other dealers won't and approving deals other dealers can't. Andy Moore Nissan, 4302 Lafayette Road, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text MONEY to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An active severe weather season. It's 52 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. It's not raining. Your high today, 80. There is hail on radar for our northern counties this morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Heavy rain, strong wind, and tornadoes. All of that is on the table as severe weather happens on Sunday.
Well, we're going to be seeing a cold front push across the state, and it looks like it's going to be accompanied by some strong winds aloft. So it's really a good recipe for severe weather.
Jason Puma at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis, says central Indiana is at an increased risk for these storms. The next 10 days, we could see some really rough weather. An earthquake hit Thailand and Burma today. Fox's Chanley Painter has details.
Thailand and Burma now declaring a state of emergency. The powerful 7.7 earthquake causing high-rise buildings to sway in Bangkok, the capital of Thailand. Scores of people were forced to evacuate down staircases in the densely populated city. The epicenter of the strong quake was neighboring Burma, which is in the middle of its own civil war.
An earthquake registering 6.4 hit about 12 minutes after that 7.7 earthquake hit. At least 3 people have been killed. The Trump administration is still threatening to cut federal funding for schools that let boys compete in girls' sports.
He's just saying boys and girls. He's not addressing the issue of transgender. So for boys who identify as girls, he's not taking a stand on that at all, and that's continuing to happen.
Secretary of Education Linda McMahon speaking with Fox News. She says they're looking into the California Department of Education concerning a law that allows teachers to withhold information about a child's gender identity. Bloomington police this morning are investigating after a crew clearing land discovered skeletal remains in a wooded area on the city's north side. The cops have not determined the person's identity, and the investigation continues. What if you found out that your child was being physically and verbally abused repeatedly by a teacher? Chris Davis reports an Elkhart family has already hired an attorney.
The family found out about the abuse because of a Child Protective Services investigation. The student, who has special needs, is believed to have been put in headlocks and force-fed, among other kinds of abuse. The Eastwood Elementary teacher has not been named publicly, but Elkhart Community Schools says he is no longer employed there. The investigation may uncover more, but for now, the district is not commenting any further. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Investors on Wall Street this morning are keeping an eye out for the release of a key measure of inflation, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. And the latest reading on consumer sentiment could have a big impact on the markets this morning. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Pacers made 27 three-pointers and set a team record with 162 points in a 53-point win over the Washington Wizards Thursday. Final score, 162-109.
There's just certain nights in the NBA when shots just seem to always go in. You know, everybody has a couple nights a year like that, and tonight was one of those nights for us. We just kept making the right play, kept making shots.
Those are video game numbers. Tyrese Halliburton scored 29 points, one of 9 Pacers in double figures. Indiana plays Oklahoma City on the road Saturday. Purdue faces top-seeded Houston tonight in the Sweet 16 at Lucas Oil Stadium. Head coach Matt Painter shares what makes Houston tough.
They're so good defensively. If you don't take that shot, it's kind of like facing a real pitcher in the major leagues, and you get that good first pitch and you take it, you're probably not getting another good pitch.
And tonight's game starts at 10:09. Speaking of first pitch, the Indianapolis Indians are on the road to play St. Paul tonight. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, Ryan, looking at northbound 465 on the east side, and a little bit of a slowdown running from 70 up to 75th, and checking out the north split here at the moment. It's not bad, guys. Westbound 70 over to flyover to Meridian Penn. No delays right now. Wow. And westbound 70 to the airport from the south split out to the airport collector. We have no problems. So if you're ride-sharing people from the downtown hotels out to Indianapolis International this morning, everything moving up to speed. We do have wet roads. Please be safe with that. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WRBC Traffic.
We have got 50 degrees, 50 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
We love playing high school sports because we get to compete and have fun with our friends.
We've also learned skills we'll need for the rest of our lives. I'm Sawyer Tittman from Fort Wayne Snyder High School.
And I'm Pierce Darrington from Floyd Central High School. It takes discipline and commitment to put in the work every practice.
It takes focus and determination to make the right play when the game is on the line.
It takes resilience and humility to find ways to improve after a tough loss.
What better way to learn these life skills than by playing high school sports?
Where we have coaches who mentor us, teammates who become our best friends, memories we'll never forget.
And important life lessons ingrained in us forever.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is developing character for life. This is what education-based athletics are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, I do not know what is cooler, the jacket or the drapes. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be here. Great to be with you. The Marketplace brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed. You've got cash. It's waiting for you. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Go right now. Find out how much cash is waiting for you. And remember, it's not free money. It's your money. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. When I'm having downtime and I'm clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show, I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm looking at all sorts of stuff, cool stuff, odd stuff, interesting stuff, strange stuff, unique stuff. And I share them with you. We've got a full listing at WIBC.com. And today, Matt Bear, it's a cat in a sweater on a jeans jacket.
Oh, wow. Where do I find this at? Oh, there it is. Okay, at Tony Katz.
If you follow me on the Twittix, you will see it for yourself. So it is a cartoon drawing of a cat that has a significant weight problem in a horizontally striped sweater, which the cat should not be wearing.
Yeah.
On a field of black, and that is on a jeans jacket.
Well described.
Right? It is a men's large or a woman's extra large. And according to the Post, the cat jackets are in 9 Lives Cat Cafe in Fountain Square, and it helps support the little kittens.
Oh, wow. Yeah, everybody give a, oh. So sweet.
Now, how conflicted are the people there in Fountain Square who are like, I can't believe they're talking about us on the radio, but it's Tony Katz. I'm supposed to hate him, but don't hate me.
They would love you in Fountain Square.
I don't understand the Cat Cafe thing at all, but people love them. And honestly, if it brings down blood pressure, I'm good with it. Go Cat Cafe. And by the way, if you rename it Cat's Cafe for a day, we'll send everybody and their mother there. You just got to call it KATZ. Cat's Cafe for a day. Matt Bear will do the traffic reports from there. I'm not showing up, but Matt will be there.
Why won't you go? What if they put up a sign? Put up a little sign that says Cat's Cafe.
I'm probably allergic. Okay. So this cat is fantastic. This Matt, on a scale of 1 to oh my gosh, how good is this thing?
I'll give it an 11.
It's an 11.
I have a blue denim jacket and it's missing this on the back. I don't want my jacket anymore. I want this. I want to wear this.
It is so campy. It is cool.
It's awesome. I mean, the cat just looks like he means business. He's like, oh, you messing with me?
Yeah.
Right? You want a piece of this?
Oh, this is kind of like hipster cat and kind of like I've given up cat all at the same time.
Which is a hipster.
Right? That's exactly what this cat looks like.
Yeah.
This cat could be watching a building burn to the ground and just take a drag of its cigarette and go, huh? Right? That's it. That's what that cat's doing.
This cat has like an attitude of BoJack Horseman, not that anybody knows that show.
That's exact. Good pull, Matt.
It really
Bear.
does. I am not sure how many people familiar with that show, but it's about a horse who's a human and he has a really cynical attitude. It's awesome.
And that's voiced by Daniel Tosh, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. It's phenomenal writing.
By the way, that is great pull. Now, here's where it gets more fascinating. The picture of the jacket, which is on a kind of like mannequin, in the backdrop, there are drapes. The drapes look like they're from 1972, and it's got this mix of jade and orange and brown in these specific shapes. The drapes are so cool. I can't take it, and I don't know what I want more, the drapes or the jacket.
I think that's a shower curtain, Tony.
That is not a shower curtain.
Okay to shower with your cat. I don't have a problem with that. Cat's got to be clean.
First of all, I want to say for the record, I don't think you can say that on radio.
Cats have to be clean.
Secondly, you think that's a shower curtain? Because if that's a shower curtain, I must have that.
It's awesome. Everything in Fountain Square is cool. It's a great place, and the shower curtain is.
I would wallpaper my house in that.
Yeah, I do. I'm not going to lie. And put it on my aluminum siding.
Can I talk about this, Producer Carl?
Yeah.
Okay. So Producer Carl was on assignment the other day. Can I talk about that?
Yeah.
Juicy.
His assignment took him to Japan.
To go to a cat cafe.
And he just sent me a picture of Producer Carl at a cat cafe in Tokyo.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, post that, man.
I'll post it now.
It's a thing. It's a thing. By the way, Will Arnett is the voice of BoJack Horseman.
I told you.
Just so we know.
I blanked.
Of course, you were at a cat cafe, producer Carl. It's not even a question.
You're in Tokyo. You have to go.
If you met producer Carl for 5 minutes, you know two things. That guy is into conspiracies and he's into cat cafes. Like that, you would know it. This jeans jacket with the cat in the sweater, and by the way, the cat is standing. This is a standing cat. It's $68. It's a size large. Matt, would you wear this?
I would pay the $68 if I had the money. Absolutely.
If I had the money.
You would find this at Urban Outfitters for like $150.
Oh, yeah.
This is an expensive jacket. This is something that says you are going to get noticed a lot if you're wearing this. Okay.
I just looked it up online. This is available in the Tom Ford store, $3.2 million.
Oh, nice. Versace.
I'm sorry. It's so campy. It's cool. It is. It's a must-have. It's available at the 9 Lives Cat Cafe in Fountain Square. But if you grab it, you got to tell them Tony Katz and Matt Baer and producer Carl sent you.
Oh, yeah.
You have to tell them that you heard about it on WIBC. And I just want to know. I just want to know what they say. I only hope they're like, that's fantastic and thank you. I hope. The jacket is cool as can be. I need to know where the backdrop is from. I need to know. I have to have it.
It's somebody's bathroom. They're not going to show you that.
Right? It's like Peter Griffin doing his Titanic impression. I must draw you. I have to have that. It's not someone's bathroom. And if it's someone's bathroom, I need to have their bathroom.
Courtney sends me a message that says, cats clean themselves. Forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, but on behalf of cats, it's much better when somebody else does it for us.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You know what I said.
Thank you, Carl.
Now do me a favor. Explain it to your kids.
Yeah.
All right?
It's Friday.
Sometimes, Matt, we forget that people are driving their kids to school.
I don't.
We're really, well, then it's just me. I should have a Post-it note. You know what? I'll write one right now. I'll write a Post-it note,
right.
and you do traffic.
All right, let's take a look, Tony, right now.
Kids
Yeah.
are
Crash?
listening.
Yes. And the kids can hear about this crash, Shadeland Avenue at 77th. And a reminder that the ramp is closed in Hancock County. Entrance from State Road 9 to westbound 70 and the exit from westbound 70 to State Road 9 closed. Those two ramps for 70 to 90 days respectively. And you can find more about that at WIBC Traffic. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
51 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
Kendall and Casey.
I'm a young, up-and-coming professional. We are people who want to work. We want to engage. We don't want to be freeloaders. And yet, it makes it very hard for young people to actually do that.
Kendall and Casey, 9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
A lot of questions right now about what you do about buying a home or really selling a home. Is this the right time to do it? Economic uncertainty, you're looking at interest rates. Maybe you're wondering if this is the time you're going to get the price that you need. Is it going to take too long? Slow down. Breathe. You don't have to figure it out by yourself. There's a friendly, no-pressure, experienced agent eating and sleeping Indianapolis real estate. That's Mark Dietel. Maybe you want a guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. That's understandable. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. And so easy to work with Mark and his team. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Crystal in Franklin said, I was moving to Kentucky and needed to move fast. I got the Mark Dietel marketing plan and was blown away. The plan worked. I got a full list price offer in the first weekend, just like that. Mark and his team got it done. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guaranteed your home sold, or he'll buy it. He's just a decent dude. Guys, I've spoken with him. You're going to enjoy talking to him, too. Mark Dietel, you're going to enjoy the money he gets you even more. Mark Dietel, 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-335-2299. That's 800-335-2299.
Plumbing problems stink. The LD Smith Group can handle anything. Call today for $50 off any plumbing repair, big or small.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month.
All right, let's do a little update work here. The Secretary of State, Diego Morales, is in India, and certainly the question is why. The follow-up question is who paid for the trip, a very legitimate question that needs an answer, and his office doesn't get to hide. Just so you know. To just a matter of clarity, the Secretary of State went to do a trip in India where you're talking business development. First of all, is this in his portfolio? Secondly, did the taxpayer pay for the trip? That is a question we get an answer to. The Secretary of State's office is just right now being asked by me, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, to answer that question. Who paid for the trip? We do have a right to know that. And we would like to see the proof of the payment. It's a simple request. And right now, that's where we're going to leave it. We don't have to escalate any more than that. Producer Carl will be reaching out via email today to get the answer. But the question is, why is he there? And does the trip, well, is it in his purview? Then I saw a post from State Affairs Indiana, Tom Davies. I don't know Tom Davies at all. I have no idea who he is. I don't know if I could trust him as far as I could throw him, or he's an upfront dude, right? So I make no commentary on him at all. He writes, Governor Braun said Indiana Secretary of State Diego Morales is probably overstepping his official responsibilities by taking a business development trip to India. And he's got it over there. I don't know if it's his website, another website, stateaffairs.com. I looked at this and I said, okay, but this is not a statement. So I reached out to the comms team for Governor Braun. And I said, Tony Katz here. I'm looking for a statement regarding Secretary of State Diego Morales' trip to India. There's a story, you just heard me reference it, that Braun feels Morales has overstepped his authority, but I have not seen a statement from the governor. Does he have a statement? Can you share it with me this morning? And then I asked if the governor is available to come on air to discuss it this morning. The phone call would be appreciated, and I would advise Governor Braun to do just that. According to the comms person I spoke with, hi, Tony. We didn't release a statement. Tom Davies joined the IEDC meeting yesterday and asked the governor about it at the end. So, okay, this is what the governor said. So Tom Davies' reporting clearly is accurate here. That the governor stated that Diego Morales is probably overstepping. That's the quote from the Post. You would have to go to the article itself, and you'd have to subscribe, log in, do all those things. That's totally up to you. But the question got asked, and clearly the answer is something along the lines of, is probably overstepping his official responsibilities by taking a business development trip to India. Now comes the bigger question. What do we do about that? How do we handle this? What are his responsibilities? Can the governor now curtail any of those responsibilities? Can he be grounded? I don't mean it in the father-son kind of way, but in not able to fly and do these business trips kind of ways, if it is a business trip. But for his office, question number one, who paid for the trip, and can you provide receipts? This is the question on Friday. The questions will get much tougher on Monday. So just answer us and provide us the proof, please. That'd be great. Thanks. Matt Bear has traffic.
Crash. Shadeland Avenue at 77th Street and 465 looking pretty good right now in the 52.7 mile oval. Everything moving up to speed except for a small stretch of eastbound from Allisonville Road to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity. So, influencer life going well?
Oh, yeah. I'm up to 32 followers.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever because we engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go. But wait, tap dancing? You don't tap dance.
Hey, what I lack in skill, I make up with passion.
Do more of what you love and love how fast you do it with Xfinity Internet and mobile. Now through April 17th, get 300 megabit Xfinity Internet and one unlimited mobile line together for $30 a month for 1 year and save $1,000 in your first year over Verizon and AT&T. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Savings compared to Verizon 5G Internet plus one unlimited welcome line and AT&T Internet 300 plus one unlimited starter SL line. Xfinity Internet required. Actual speeds vary. Reduced speeds after 30 gigabits of usage per line. Data thresholds and actual savings vary.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Tax season is here, and what better way to reinvest in your home than with brand new energy-efficient windows? During Universal Windows Direct's Tax Time Sale, you can save big while making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. And here's something that will make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest until 2030. That's right, no interest for the next 6 years, making it easier than ever to afford the quality windows your home needs. But wait, there's more. This month only, Universal Windows Direct is giving you an extra $500 off your home improvement project. Whether you need a few windows or a full home upgrade, this bonus savings makes now the perfect time to act. Some restrictions may apply. So call today for your free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
JV here for Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden Nursery. Stock is arriving daily, and both locations are filling up. Come shop early and save 20% off all container trees and shrubs in stock now at both Sundown Gardens in Westfield and Miss M's Home and Garden in Bargersville. Their gift shops are full of spring color, too. Sundown Gardens at 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135, just south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville. Stop in and see them this week.
Looking for a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, now $15,000 off, and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus, now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Only two things in life are certain: death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
We'll get you ready for a huge weekend in the Circle City.
Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel Show 306 this afternoon. It is Beer Sample Friday. We're going to have a good time and the championship of Hammer and Nigel Records Madness.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
They're trying to rescue people from the rubble. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In Bangkok, Thailand, shaken by a powerful earthquake.
This building was just moving, dust and debris. It was pretty intense.
That building under construction collapsed, leaving 90 people missing. At least 3 others were killed by the magnitude 7.7 quake that was centered in Burma, where there are varying reports on deaths, but no confirmation from the military-run government. Video shows a bridge collapse, other destruction to homes and religious shrines, and there's also damage across the border in China. The quake felt a few thousand miles away. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is in the Philippines, an ally in the Pacific, countering China.
President Trump seeks peace. That's my message here as well. But in order to bring that peace, we will be strong.
Now, the U.S. appears to have gone on the attack in Yemen again, with reports of airstrikes today targeting Houthi militants, weeks after the deadly American strikes hit those rebels, which got controversial when a journalist was mistakenly invited into a Signal group chat involving Hegseth and other top U.S. officials discussing that military action. A federal judge has ordered that all those messages be preserved, and Republicans are pushing back at all the recent judges' rulings against Trump administration action. Senator Ashley Moody tells Fox.
You cannot tie a leader, an American president's hands while they're trying to lead for the American people, especially as it relates to national security or foreign policy.
Now, the vice president's on his way to Greenland, which has been pushing back on President Trump's push for the U.S. to take control of the Denmark territory. Fox's Peter Ducey reports from the White House.
The Greenland crew today, that's in the air as we speak, is Vice President Vance, the Second Lady Usha Vance, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Energy Secretary Chris Wright, and Senator Mike Lee. And they are all going to visit a Space Force base in Greenland.
We need Greenland for national security and international security. So I think we'll go as far as we have to go.
America's listening to Fox News.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Only two things in life are certain: death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data
on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
President Trump needs to make a new choice to be the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, withdrawing Elise Stefanik's nomination, wanting the Congresswoman to remain in the House to preserve a slim Republican majority.
A White House official told Fox the American people need every Republican vote in the House to enact President Trump's agenda. So the decision was made to keep Stefanik in the House. She was on Fox's Hannity when she said she spoke to President Trump several times about it.
I consider him a friend. I'm proud to be a leader in the House in terms of one of his top allies, and that will continue to be the case.
But House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said Trump withdrew Stefanik's nomination due to politics in her congressional district in New York. In a statement, Jeffries said the extremists are afraid they will lose the special election to replace her. Jill Nato, Fox News.
There is more tension over abortion policy between Texas and New York, where an Ulster County clerk is refusing to process a fine against a doctor.
Invoking New York's telemedicine shield law. Last month, a Texas judge ordered Dr. Margaret Carpenter, who practices in the county about 2 hours north of New York City, to pay $113,000 for breaking Texas law by prescribing abortion medication via telemedicine. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton followed up last week by asking a New York court to enforce the civil judgment. Paxton said he was outraged by the refusal and signaled he would take action. Lisa Lacera, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down modestly ahead of another inflation update we're going to get later this hour. Half the Elite Eight is now set in the men's college basketball tournament.
I believe in our team.
That is Coach Grant McCaslin. After Texas Tech's big comeback forced overtime where they beat Arkansas 85-83. Top seeds Duke and Florida also won to advance. Alabama set a tournament record with 25 three-pointers and a 113-88 blowout over BYU. 4 more games tonight. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
All right, eastbound 465 slow, Allisonville Road over to I-69, and we have a serious crash to the southwest of downtown. It's Oliver Avenue to the west of Belmont at Mount Street. 2 cars involved. I'm listening to the scanner. Sounds like somebody's hurt, and one of the cars is on its side. So if you can avoid Oliver west of Belmont, that would be fantastic. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Ryan Morris, Wish TV meteorologist, taking a look at that weather coming this weekend. What do you got for us?
Yeah, well, busy forecasting period ahead of us. Obviously, we had some of those on and off showers and downpours this morning. The bulk of the activity now off to the north and east. May still have a sprinkle over the next couple hours, but clouds are going to be decreasing. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Winds gusting 35 to 40 miles an hour later on today. Tonight, clouds increase. Low temperature near 60 degrees. We're dry for those Sweet 16 games. Saturday, scattered showers are expected. Favoring the afternoon and evening, that would be our highest chance of rain, and no severe weather expected on Saturday. However, as we go into Sunday, an enhanced 3 out of 5 risk of strong storms possible here in Indiana. That was issued from the Storm Prediction Center. Temperatures getting into the lower 70s. A line of stronger to severe storms is expected to form a line later on in the afternoon and evening hours and then cross Indiana. Damaging wind would be the primary concern, but we're monitoring all threats of severe weather on the table.
That is Ryan Morse of Wish TV. Ryan, we will keep up with that. Thank you. And we'll have everything, all the updates on the weather all throughout the weekend at WIBC.com on the Twitter box there, the Twittix at 93WIBC. Be sure to be following around in both places. 51 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:07. Take a little time to go around the horn. News from WIBC.com. Bloomington Human bones found on the north side, Bloomington Police Department, saying the bones discovered on Wednesday, found by a crew that had been clearing the land. They called the coroner there in Monroe County, a forensic anthropology team from Indy arriving to try and, well, figure out who these bones belong to. Community East Hospital, other businesses on the near northeast side without water. That took place yesterday, a water main break on 22nd in the Martindale Brightwood neighborhood, having the impacts when a hospital loses water. That's a bad scene. I'd love to know from Community East, what is your plan when that happens? There are plans for all sorts of things, right? Power goes out, all sorts of things. So what is the plan that you guys put into place? How does that work? I'd love to hear the TikTok of when the calamity comes, here's what we do and here's how we do it, and how everybody reacted to it. Would love to know that. I think that'd be pretty interesting stuff. Citizens Energy was warning customers not to drink the water without boiling it first. You want it to boil for 3 minutes before letting it cool and utilizing it, or using bottled water, boiler bottles, drinking, making ice, brushing teeth, washing dishes, food preparation. That's what they say. This all at WIBC.com. And as we have been discussing, this chance for severe weather, right? Today is going to get warm. We're going to be into the mid-70s for March. That's kind of nutty. Then we've got rain that comes tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, of course, is a whole bunch of things going on. Of course, we've got Sweet 16 stuff going on all this weekend, I should say. You've got the Indy 11 home opener on Saturday, which I do not want to see get rained out because I have tickets, and it's the Indy 11, and I want to go because they're kind of fantastic. I've been a fan for a long time. This is not about to change, but you're going to see rain on Saturday. The real weather that has concerns is on Sunday, because you've got the possibility of some cells, you have some higher winds coming, you've got some heavier rains coming. That's where the concerns are. Gusty winds, some lightning, all of it. So we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to have full updates throughout the weekend at WIBC.com, on air, and on the Twitter X at 93WIBC. So you want to make sure that you are keeping connected and you've got your radio set, you've got your batteries and all that jazz. It could totally be nothing. And as we all know, the minute we think it's nothing, that's when it is the end of days. So we will have the updates. We're keeping an eye on what those Sunday storms can be, and hopefully that Saturday night rain isn't as bad as we think, because I want to go see the Indy 11, and you should go see the Indy 11 because it's fantastic. It's a great time, and it's been a good start to the season so far, and hopefully that will keep going. That's just a little bit what's going on in the local news, and find everything at WIBC.com, won't you? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Spring in Indy, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
Well, the home was built in 1948. Paint on the aluminum siding was peeling, and I couldn't find anyone who would repaint it until I called Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's better than paint. And the crew?
Painted all my aluminum siding, and I've got a front porch that runs the whole length of the house, and all the pillars and everything. And once they were gone, I couldn't even tell that they were there.
With Rhino Shield's 25-year transferable warranty, you'll never have to paint your home again. And right now, you can have Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Well, I've told a lot of people, do the Rhino Shield. It's really a great product, and if you don't want to paint the house, that would be the way to go.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
For over 20 years, Howard Bailey Financial has been helping families just like yours gain clarity, confidence, and purpose with personal and practical financial strategies. And now, we're offering our full suite of services on Rangeline Road, right in the heart of Carmel, making it even easier to meet with our experienced team face to face. Whether you're planning for retirement, navigating life transitions, or just need guidance for your financial future, we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Text CARMEL to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement resource. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse is now open. The same exceptional pricing, but with expanded selection. The Farmhouse. Built in 1888, the Farmhouse is now your place to find or create that special piece of jewelry. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, the watches. Oh, what a collection. All there at PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Now open. Check it out for yourself on Green Street. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Online at pajewelers.jewelry. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
Only two things in life are certain: death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
It's dent season, the time of year Mother Nature decides to take out her aggression on your vehicle. Don't paint your car, go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. When Mother Nature throws a tantrum and messes up the look of your vehicle, don't paint your car, go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
Hammer and Nigel Show 306 this afternoon. It is Beer Sample Friday. We're going to have a good time and the championship of Hammer and Nigel Records Madness.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
What up, Tony? Looking southwest of downtown right now. Serious crash. It's Oliver Avenue to the west of Belmont at Mount Street. And we have 2 cars involved. Somebody's hurt, 1 car on its side. So if you could stay clear of that, that would be great. Eastbound 465 slow from Allisonville Road 269. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
52 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:15. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that in a call to automakers earlier this month, President Trump warned U.S. automakers not to raise prices in response to tariffs. Oh, my head. Oh, can you hear it exploding? This is the moment right before Vesuvius said screw this, and boom. What are you doing, Mr. President? What are you possibly doing? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Tariffs increase prices. Cars are going to go up in price. That's going to happen. Now, if you want to argue, don't artificially raise a price because foreign cars are going to go up in price and you feel you can make a couple extra bucks, you could say, hey, that wouldn't be cool. But if the cars are manufactured in Mexico or Canada, assembled there, parts come from there, prices are going to go up, and you can't be telling people you don't get to raise prices. As Dr. Matt Will pointed out, government mandates increase the cost for business. Then government tries to control prices. Who won the election, Harris or Trump? Dr. Will is correct in that. I want these things to work. I do. I want these things to work. I want America to have more manufacturing. I think it's extremely important. I think we'll be better off. I am not interested in government mandating prices on a damn thing, and I don't care who's president of the United States. Cut it out. Cut it out. Let's not be crazy, shall we? And let's not pretend somehow that when Trump does it, it's okay. Not here to have government tell business what to charge for anything. Absolutely opposed to that. I am all in favor of Mississippi, which has said income tax, we don't need no stinking income tax. Something for Indiana Republicans to take note of. Not the phased out approach. Bloop, gone. Well, if you get rid of the income tax, you're going to harm small cities in Indiana and they'll never grow. I just don't buy into that philosophy. If a city on a local tax basis wants to vote to have higher local taxes because that means they're allowed to, they have the dollars for certain amenities, let them. Fine, terrific, no problem. I have zero issue with it at all. That city can decide it. State income tax doesn't have to happen. Doesn't have to happen. Shouldn't happen. We should very aggressively say no. So Governor Tate Reeves signing the legislation that will lower the income tax from 4.7% to nothing over the next few years. 3% by 2030, then eventually down to zero. Me, I just eliminate. They phased it out. Now, Indiana Republicans will state that they are slowly phasing it out. Tell us about the phase out to zero and then keep talking about it. It's called House Bill 1 over there, the Build Up Mississippi Act. It brings down the grocery tax to 5% from 7%. Now, it is in those things that I believe we should be bipartisan. We should be able to get Democrats on board. I go back to Representative Casey Hamilton, who should have gotten the credit for it. This Democrat who said we shouldn't have a tax on diapers. Correct, we shouldn't have a tax on diapers. That's insane. And then nothing happened with it. And then there was a special session. It was the abortion special session. And the next thing you know, we're passing this legislation with no tax on diapers and these other things. Republicans should have embraced it fully and said, this is fantastic. Good on Democrat Representative Casey Hamilton for wanting tax cuts. Here are 10 more things we can cut taxes on. As a matter of fact, it should be the bipartisan jewel of every session. Here are 10 more things that in a bipartisan way we agree there should not be a tax on in the state of Indiana. Boom. Every year, another 10 things. Now, I think you could probably do another 50 things, but neither here nor there. Another 10. It can only be another 5. Another 5. It should be proving that bipartisanship works when we're talking about saving money for Hoosiers. It's a no-brainer. I have no interest in giving the Indiana Democratic Party control in the state of Indiana. They've proven themselves to be just terrible. But can we be clear that being a supermajority makes you weak, makes you soft? There's no strength. There's no vigor. There's no great thinking. The Republicans in the state of Indiana are not Republicans as we would like them to be. They're certainly not conservatives. It's a softness. It is a softness. Where's the bold vision? I can't get you guys to get to zero on the income tax. Oh, we'll lower it a little bit here, a little bit there. We're lowering it. We're doing. Make the statement. We're getting to zero by this year, and here's how we're doing it. And do it fast. Now, if that's not your idea of boldness, what is? Because we would like to know. We haven't seen it. It is distressing.
Then there is a Tren de Aragua. This is the Venezuelan gang. And, of course, you have the Trump administration wanting to deport these people, and you have the judges saying you're not allowed to do that. The argument being based on whether or not you could use the Alien Enemies Act to engage the deportations, the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. This really does circulate around the idea about whether the nation is at war. Well, Article 4, Section 4 says that the United States will provide to every citizen a Republican form of government, and it will protect the nation from invasion. Of course, I believe we can see what's happening at the border and those who've been let in as an invasion. I have said this. I apologize for nothing. One could equally argue that to utilize the Alien Enemies Act, you would have to have a declaration of war from Congress. How does one engage a declaration of war against cartels? They're not a nation, but we have designated them as a terrorist organization. So can we not say that we are at war with this terrorist organization? The idea is that the law, the Alien Enemies Act, states that being enacted, I think I have this right here, be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America and Congress assembled, that whenever there shall be a declared war between the United States and any foreign nation or government, or any invasion or predatory incursion shall be perpetrated, attempted, or threatened against the territory of the United States by any foreign nation or government, and the President of the United States shall make public proclamation of the event, then you can move forward. So March 15th, President Trump said, I find and declare that Tren de Aragua is perpetrating, attempting, and threatening an invasion or predatory incursion against the territory of the United States. This from Bart Marquardt over at American Greatness. So the argument is that the conditions are already being met. The conditions are there to say that the Alien Enemies Act can be used. So how are these judges saying no? How possibly could it be seen that the President of the United States is unable to do this when the legislation, as signed by the president, John Adams, June 25th, 1798, how can it not be utilized in this way? This goes to the Supreme Court. But it would seem to me if that is the reading that I just shared with you, then, well, we're done. We're finished. Deport these people. Don't stop. Deport people who are here illegally. Deport people who are part of a gang or a cartel from any nation. Faster, please. That'd be great. Matt Bear has traffic.
Eastbound 465 slow, Allisonville Road. Over to I-69. Crash southwest of downtown. This is Oliver, west of Belmont and Mount Street. Ted. 2 cars involved. Somebody hurt. And 1 car is partially inverted right now, so it's on its side. Reporting what I heard on Scanner Traffic there. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
We'll get you ready for a huge weekend in the Circle City.
Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment and paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and the lives of your children. This change can be good or bad. The outcome depends greatly on the attorney that you choose. So interview more than one attorney. Family law experience, especially trial experience, is important, but so is temperament and judgment. Also, remember to consider Cordell & Cordell. We've been serving men in divorce for over 30 years.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Stoutfield National Guard Armory on West Minnesota Street. The best dealers in the region, hundreds of tables, just $6 for adults, kids 12 and under free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Stoutfield National Guard Armory. For more info, visit CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Life moves fast.
Another new directive from Donald Trump.
President Trump will not be deterred to make our federal government more efficient.
So does the news.
We expect those meetings to take place very soon.
Decisions made today.
I'm not a big fan of the Atlantic.
No threats to national security.
Could impact you tomorrow.
Accountability and transparency.
What's next?
You never know what's going to happen.
Need to know what happened.
We're already tracking it. Stay in the know while you're on the go on 93 WIBC.
The big moments don't just happen. Behind every closing day and housewarming party, there's a financial partner behind the scenes making them happen. At Financial Center, we're your coaches and mentors through the entire mortgage and home buying process. Visit fcfcu.com/mortgage and start your journey. Financial Center, your credit union for what's next. Equal housing lender.
Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
Hammer and Nigel Show 306 this afternoon. It is Beer Sample Friday. We're going to have a good time and the championship of Hammer and Nigel Records Madness.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text money to 46220 today.
Matt Bear knows how to break the traffic press.
I-70 is packed tight. There's a blue Chevy trying to drive the lane, but it's facing tough D from the semi.
Matt Bear sees the openings, finds the best routes, and keeps you moving.
Watch out. 465 Construction is using a wicked zone with cones blocking the right side, forcing everyone into the middle.
Matt Bear traffic.
Complete gridlock in the paint.
Navigating traffic madness.
Fast break on I-69. Hit the gas.
Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Everything is on the table. It's 52 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. You have a clear radar, and the high is 80 today. We have showers to the north and northeast of Indianapolis. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Heavy rain and strong wind and tornadoes. That's all on the table today as severe weather is in the forecast for Sunday?
Well, we're going to be seeing a cold front push across the state, and it looks like it's going to be accompanied by some strong winds aloft. So it's really a good recipe for severe weather.
That's Jason Puma at the National Weather Service. He says central Indiana is at an increased risk for these storms. The next 10 days, we could see some really rough weather. An earthquake hit Thailand and Burma today. Fox's Chanley Painter with the details.
Thailand and Burma now declaring a state of emergency. The powerful 7.7 earthquake causing high-rise buildings to sway in Bangkok, the capital of Thailand. Scores of people were forced to evacuate down staircases in the densely populated city. The epicenter of the strong quake was neighboring Burma, which is in the middle of its own civil war.
An earthquake registering 6.4, actually an aftershock registering 6.4, hit about 12 minutes after the earthquake struck. At least 3 people have been killed. Thousands of you may be under a boil order this morning following a water main break Thursday.
Saw the water, and so we just started screaming, get your car out, and they got their car out.
That woman spoke to Wish TV.
But by the time I got to the front and got on the phone with 911, my car was already under.
And Maggie Walsh says that her car was destroyed. Community East Hospital says they have no water and it may return on Saturday, but they're still not sure. Members of the Trump administration traveling to Greenland as the president seeks to annex the Danish territory. Fox's Peter Ducey has more from the White House.
The Greenland crew today is Vice President Vance, the Second Lady Usha Vance, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Energy Secretary Chris Wright, and Senator Mike Lee. And they are all going to visit a Space Force base in Greenland as the president names specific rivals and adversaries he is hoping to get a leg up on.
If we don't have Greenland, we can't have great international security. If you look at the ships outside of Greenland, China, Russia, places that we have to be there.
Putin's ears perked up at the mention of Russia there. He now says, we will not allow encroachments on the sovereignty of our country.
Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Pacers bounce back in record-breaking fashion, scoring a franchise-high 162 points against the Wizards last night, just a night after losing at the buzzer to the Lakers. 9 players hitting double figures for head coach Rick Carlisle.
It's obviously fun to watch when you're coaching the team making all the shots, but there was a spirit of unselfishness, which is really what Indiana's about.
And Indiana is in a tight race for home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. It's on to Oklahoma City for the Pacers. They play them on Saturday. Houston plays tough defense, and that is the biggest test for Purdue and its head coach Matt Painter tonight in their Sweet 16 game at Lucas Oil Stadium.
You can end up with shot clock violations. You can end up with just pick 6 turnovers. Like they're so active and they do such a good job disrupting the basketball.
And if you're into this kind of thing, Purdue is an 8.5-point underdog. Tonight's game starts at 10:09. The Indianapolis Indians open on the road today at St. Paul. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at eastbound 465 slow, Allisonville Road to I-69. And a crash southwest of downtown. It's Oliver Avenue west of Belmont. 2 cars involved. One's on its side. Somebody got hurt in this. Please avoid. Again, Oliver west of Belmont. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
53 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:35.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Dow futures are down 50. NASDAQ futures are down 51. Oil prices up over $70 a barrel, as we know, $70.04 on the West Texas crude coming out of the Oklahoma area. And then Brent crude out of the oceans, as I know it, $74.16 is that barrel price. The 10-year Treasury note down to 4.315, but still pushing those 30-year fixed rates to 7%. I really should say that Brent is out of really the North Sea. United Kingdom, right? Norway, Denmark, that whole area. That's more accurate. So there. Core inflation, 2.8. This adjusts out right now. Personal consumption expenditures price index. Coming in at 2.8%. Don't know what to make of it yet. I got to do a little more. Reading to see what we make of that number and whether or not we think it's going to have a real effect. Income up 0.8% again. There is a whole bunch to read on the subject. I'll have it on Tony Katz today at noon. And as a reminder, because sometimes reminders are necessary, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement has lost track of children. This happened in the Biden administration. It may very well still be happening. I don't think it is, considering how things have been reduced regarding illegal immigration. As is reported by the Washington Times, there was an ICE field office saying that each of its officers, so one office, each officer managing 30,000 cases a year. They did the math. That meant that they could devote just 3 minutes per case per year. How are you supposed to follow up? How are you supposed to serve deportation notices? Overwhelm the system. That's a little bit of Clara Piven right there. And, of course, the Biden administration knew this and did nothing, and that was the entirety of the plan. The terminology is UAC, right? Unaccompanied alien children. That's a UAC. The numbers state 448,000 unaccompanied alien children entered the U.S. from 2019 through 2023. 448. And Immigrations and Customs Enforcement could not serve a notice to appear to 233,000 of them. They didn't know where they were. I don't know where these kids are. Maybe they're living a good life somewhere under an assumed name or under their name. Maybe they're just living with family and everything's good and they've got a bed to sleep in and dinner is made, and man, that would be great. And how many of them are being sex trafficked right now? The horror of the border under the Biden administration is that for a political win, you allowed this to happen to kids. And I'm going to say it again for the people in the cheap seats. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez hates brown children. When Trump was president the first time, she went down to the border and cried at a fence nowhere near the border so she could have a photo op. She was in tears, lying fraud that she is. The people of the Bronx need to grow up and vote better. You know it. I'll come and tell you. Not afraid of the Bronx, boo. Not in the slightest. When Biden was in office, she didn't say a thing. Shed no tears. It was all an act. She doesn't care about brown children. She doesn't care if brown children are being trafficked or in sex slavery or being harmed. She doesn't care. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez doesn't care. Her actions prove it. She's more than welcome to say otherwise. Not listening to these people. And removing those who are causing the problems, like Venezuelan gang members, the right thing to do. And the people who are opposed to it aren't opposed to it on a constitutional basis. They want the destruction. Why? I don't know. You'll have to ask them. But we don't. So we won't. It's very simple stuff. Our way allows for the country to thrive and children to be safe. And their way allows for the country to be destroyed and children in some kind of horror that it's hard to talk about. I think we should do things our way. I think the Constitution is for American citizens. I think we should take these children and we should protect them because we're human. And I think we should take these grown men and throw them in prison when they break the law. And don't allow them into the country. No more Chinese nationals crossing the border. Gone. It's us or it's them. And us is the free and thinking people of the United States of every color and every shape and every size and every religion. Those who believe the Constitution matters and want a country they can be safe in. That's us. I like us. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Your deal is at Andy Moore Ford, and you need a deal. And Andy Moore Ford has them. They've been serving Central Indiana for years. Great people over there. Chris, Michelle, Alora, the entire team, the service team. You're going to love working with these people. You're going to love the time they take with you. You're going to love the selection on the lot, or don't go. Just stay at home. Don't wear pants. Go to andymoreford.com and search for your vehicle. You can purchase the whole thing online. They'll deliver it to you, and they'll bring you a cookie. I have no idea if that last part's true, but I'll tell them to start bringing cookies to everybody. Maybe they'll listen. We'll see. They have got over $15,000 off your savings on the 2024 Ford Expedition Platinums. Over $6,500 off MSRP on the 2024 Ford Edge SE. And if you've got a business, you need the right truck. You need the right van. They've got you covered. Their commercial vehicles, out of sight. Customize anything you need exactly to your specifications. And if you have a car you want to sell, they'll buy it. Andy Moore Ford will buy it. You don't even have to buy a car from them. They're like, yep, here's your cash. Thank you so much. And isn't that Tony Katz great? I don't know if they'll say that part either, but I like them. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. Check them out for yourself. 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at Andy Moore Ford. That's MOHR. AndyMooreFord.com.
When you wake up,
you understand this is about money. 1,000%. They started this.
When you work,
we are gonna make some noise today.
Eliminate property taxes now.
Hanging out with us, it's fun.
Right.
When you drive home.
Is it time to try something new, you think? Because it hasn't worked, and maybe try something new.
Traffic when you need it.
Stopped on 465 again. And
updates all the time.
I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go.
Stay in the know wherever you go with 93 WIBC.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Crash southwest of downtown Oliver Avenue to the west of Belmont. 2 cars involved, one on the side. Stay clear if you can. Eastbound 465 slows Allisonville Road over to I-69 in a stall. Southbound 6570 of Fletcher on the left shoulder. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
53 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:45.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Is your well water pressure low? Tasting a little off? A neglected well can lead to costly repairs. But C&J's got you covered with their well cleanout service and 6-point inspection. It's the lowest price of the year, and C&J will even throw in a free well cap just to convince you that it's that necessary to keep your water source reliable. Your family deserves the purest, safest water straight from your own well. Schedule your well clean out with C&J. Great systems and great people too. 317-852-WELL.
Hoops is so Hoosier. I mean, basketball is a team sport, and we know how to work as a team. That's why Trajan Wealth is your financial player for your retirement or for right now. You might need to talk about both. The fiduciary advisors at Trajan are ready to listen. Matt Bear here. Hey, call and schedule your complimentary consultation at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan is a fiduciary, meaning they're always acting in your best interest, always checking and monitoring the markets for you, and making sure your financial future is as secure can be. They know even every retirement plan is different and are ready to listen to you, then customize a portfolio tailored to your hopes and dreams. Call and schedule at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Would you like fries with that? Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? Here's how we play our game. Producer Carl picks a television theme song from sometime in history. I have to guess what it is. And it's nice to know that there was a moment in the 70s and 80s where the keytar was really acclaimed. I do not know. There's some people placing guesses inside the chat. You know, we live stream the show, and they're putting guesses in there. Did I say hello, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC? Play it again, Producer Carl. See, like it starts with like a Western kind of thing, and then it moves into like the oddball sitcom kind of music. And then it moves into more like the Falcon Crest kind of thing, but it's not Falcon Crest. Right? And then it gets a little Love Boaty, Fantasy Island, and then...
The 70s were great.
Right?
Yeah.
Huh.
You need a lifeline.
All right, I will use the lifeline. Matt Bear, what is this TV theme song? Perfect, Matt. Perfect. I'm using the chat room. Okay, I did not guess this. I'm going to say I got it wrong. This is the Sunday Night Mystery?
Wait.
It is not the Sunday Night Mystery. What in the world is this?
Columbo.
Ah,
Peter Falk.
you know what? Mike got that right. Mike in the chat room said, but he said it was a Sunday mystery movie.
I don't know.
That's the theme to Columbo?
Yeah.
It's funny. I can do a Peter Falk impression, not as good as a Kevin Pollak, but I would not have known the theme to Columbo. Wow. That's terrible. Peter Falk, gone too soon. Honestly, Kevin Pollak does a sensation. Kevin Pollak is so good. Kevin Pollak should do a road show. Oh, he'd be sensational. Can we get Kevin Pollak here?
Is he alive?
What do you mean, is he alive? Of course he's alive. Is he alive?
I don't know.
Let's find out what it would take to bring Kevin Pollak to town. Kevin Pollak is such a talent. By the way, I want you to know right now that the chat room disagrees. They're saying you're wrong.
No,
They're
I
saying
recorded
it is
it
the
this
Sunday
morning.
Night Mystery.
Well, I mean, Columbo might have been on the Sunday Night Mystery on CBS. Was it CBS?
NBC.
Oh, okay. But, I mean, I grabbed it this morning.
All right. Well, we'll take your word for it.
People can look it up. I'll post it, too.
Well, we'll take your lying, no good word for it, is what we'll do, Producer Carl. Don't forget, April 17th, Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. Tickets.tonykatz.com. Selling well. It was slow. It was nice. It was just meandering and building. And lately, right on. Appreciate it so much. Presented by Flederman Von Riest. Your watch assembled right here in Indiana. Von Riest, R-I-E-S-T-E, vonriest.com. Incredible selection of watches. Use promo code CATS to get your discount. And Laser Precision Marksmanship Club. LaserPMC.com. This is how you learn to shoot in a very, very cool way. They've got a fantastic setup, and they can bring it to you, and it's fully mobile. It is fantastic, and I think they've got do they have a code as well? Yeah, you can use Tony Katz 20 for 20% off any mini course, training, or entertainment session at Laser Precision Marksmanship Club. Tony Katz 20, laserpmc.com. I'm actually going to go. We're going to go, Producer Carl. We're going to go and check this out. And we're going to do that. It's going to be fantastic. So they're helping to bring you this event, Trump and American Reset, in 3 bourbons, vonriest.com, R-I-E-S-T-E, and laserpmc.com. Tickets.tonykatz.com. That's a lot of .coms. But get your tickets. It's going to be such a good night with the bourbon and the food and the cigars and the laughs. It's going to be great. Fantastic. Can't wait to see you there. And I'll catch you at noon on Tony Katz today, because that's what I do. I catch it at noon on Tony Katz today. We'll take a look at these latest numbers on the economy and see how they hold up and whether or not the markets are reacting. Right now, Matt Baer has traffic. What's up, Matt?
North side crash eastbound 465 after Allisonville Road. It blocks the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to the White River. Everything else looking pretty good right now, man. Looking at the north split and westbound 73.